Good morning, students. Let us continue with some numericals from chapter 8. Page number 176. Question number 5. Calculate the effective resistance between the points A and B in the following circuit. Here I have made the circuit. Here are the points A and B. And between A and B there are 6 resistances in total, and you have to find out the total resistance of these 6. Let us see how to solve it. Look at these 2 points C and D. Between C and D there are 2 branches. See, one branch starts from here, and in this branch there are 3 resistances of 1 ohm each. So this is one branch coming from C to D. This is second branch coming from C to D. Okay, you have to consider only complete branches. If it is broken somewhere, you need not consider it. That branch will not work, or resistance in that broken branch will not get included. So from here C to D there are 2 branches reaching. So we can find out first what is the resistance between C and D. Means this part we have to solve first. Then in this branch only one resistance is there, that is 3 ohm. But in this branch there are 3 resistances. How will you find out the total resistance of these 3? For that you must have an idea whether they are in series or parallel. Then if you have confusion, you just imagine you are cutting at these 2 points, here, and take it in your hands. You will see the 3 resistances in series. In previous numericals also I told, if you have confusion regarding the series or parallel combination, this is the way you have to assume. So this branch there are 3 resistances in series. So we will add it, 1 plus 1 plus 1. 3 ohm is the resistance of this branch. So you can simplify the diagram. Here 3 ohm resistance comes. Now these 2 are in parallel way. So you can solve this section with the formula of parallel combination. 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3, that is 2 by 3. So Rp is equal to 3 by 2, that is 1.5. So resistance of this parallel section you will get as 1.5 ohm. So again the diagram gets simplified. The total resistance between C and D we got as 1.5 ohm. Now it is very easy. These 3 resistances are in series. Imagine you are holding, one hand you are holding here and one hand here, and if you keep it, you will see they are in series. So you have to just add them to get the total resistance. 0.25 plus 1.5 plus 0.25. That means total resistance will come 2 ohm. Next question, same page, question number 6. This is the diagram given, and you are asked to find out what is the equivalent resistance between A and B. Look at the diagram. Here there are 5 resistances in total, and only little bit difference is there between the previous numerical and this one. Let us see how to find out the total resistance. From this junction, one branch goes. In that branch there is 1 ohm resistance, but its end is open. That means current will not flow. Same thing here. In this branch is incomplete or broken here. So if this circuit is included in an electric circuit, the current will flow in this way. Current will not enter into these 2 branches since its ends are broken. That means these 2 resistances will not work, will not get included in the circuit. There is no effect of these two resistances since they are in broken circuit. So the effect will be of these three only. These three are in series. So 1 plus 1 plus 1. 3 ohm, that is the total resistance of the circuit. Next, page number 177, question number 8. Calculate the current passing through 1 ohm and 2 ohm resistances and total current. This is a diagram given. There are two resistances of 1 ohm and 2 ohm each. They are joined in parallel way. Look at the two ends are joined to a common terminal here. These two ends are joined to a common terminal. Since two resistors are having common terminals, we call that circuit as a parallel circuit. And these two parallel resistors are connected to a cell of 2 volt. And you are asked to find out what is the current flowing in the circuit. And also you are asked to find out what is the branch currents through these resistors. The current here we call as main current I. And you know this current, when it reaches at this point, splits in two parts, I1 and I2. These are the branch currents. And I1 plus I2 will be equal to main current I. That is the characteristic of parallel circuit. In previous one of the previous videos it was discussed. Characteristics of parallel circuit. So first you are asked to find out the main current. Current in the main circuit. Listen, I is the symbol I used for main current. At this point, it will split in two parts, I1 and I2. It is not equally divided because these two branches are not having equal resistance. Here 1 ohm, here 2 ohm. So this current I1 and I2 will not be equal. Different current will flow, but sum of I1 and I2 will be equal to main current I. And again this current combines at this point and it comes out as I, main current. So these three terms you have to find out, I, I1 and I2. How will you find out the main current I? I, according to Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. So I is equal to V by R. V is 2 volt. Here R means total resistance. We are finding out total current. So total resistance is to be considered. So that is R here. How will you find out the total resistance of these two? Since they are in parallel way, use the formula 1 by R is equal to 1 by 1 plus 1 by 2. That is 3 by 2. Therefore, RP is equal to 2 by 3. Total resistance is 2 by 3. So, substitute here V by R. V is 2 volt. Here R is 2 by 3. That means 2 divided by 2 by 3. That is 2 into 3 by 2. You will get the answer as 3 ampere. Current here is 3 ampere. Main current you got as 3 ampere. Remember, when you calculate the main current, total resistance is to be considered. Now, how will you find out current I1? I1 is the current flowing in this branch. So, how will you find out the current in that branch? Same formula, V by R. Then, how much is the V value for these resistors? You remember the characteristics of parallel circuit. When two resistors are joined in parallel to a cell, both the resistors will get same volt. Since they have common terminals, this resistor 1 ohm will get V off or potential difference of 2 volt. This resistance also will get 2 volt. V is same for both. So, I1, if you want to find out I1, V value means voltage or terminal voltage across this resistor, that is 2 volt. Upon this resistance we have to consider, not the total. Resistance of that branch alone you have to consider, that is 1. So, 2 ampere. The current here is 2 ampere. Now, how will you find out current to this branch? You can subtract this 2 ampere from 3 and you will get it. That is one easy method, because you know I1 plus I2 is equal to main current I. Otherwise, other method is same formula, I2 is equal to V by R. V across this resistor is also same 2 volt, and R means resistance of this branch we have to consider 2, that is 1 ampere. So current here is 1 ampere, 1 plus 2, that is main current 3 ampere. Next numerical from page number 177, question number 9. Calculate the effective resistance between A and B. This is the circuit. Total resistance between A and B you have to calculate. You can see there are 3 resistances. All are 4 ohm each. Look at here, 2 parallel branches you can see. This is one branch. It has only one resistance. And in this branch there are 2 resistances. But a copper wire, a connection wire is given across these 2 points. We call it as shunting. Connecting a wire between these 2 points. Okay, so that means this 4 ohm resistor is shunted. That is the term used. Then how we will find out the total resistance? Let us see how the current will flow. Current will enter through this wire. At this point it will split in 2 branches. Current will split in 2 branches, and here the current will flow straight and it reaches at this point. What about the current flow in this branch? It will flow through this 4 ohm resistor, and at this point the current has 2 paths. One is through the resistor, one is through this copper wire. In this branch there is no resistance, but here there is resistance. Current always prefer a low resistance path. So current will flow at this point. When the current reaches at this point, it will not flow through this resistor. Instead, it will flow in this way and it comes out. That means this resistance, through this resistance, there won't be any current flow happening. The current in this branch will go in this way. Means this resistance gets excluded from the circuit. So in effect, this upper branch has only one resistance, that is 4 ohm, and here 4 ohm. So you can find out the total resistance by the formula 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by 4. 4 ohm is the effective resistance of this branch. This resistance will not work. Here again 4. So 2 by 4 is 1 by 2. So Rp is equal to 2 ohm. Total resistance is 2 ohm. Next, question number 10 from same page. Calculate the current in the given circuit. This is the given circuit. When key is opened, this K is the key. Key means switch. Key is opened means switch is off. And when the key is closed. Key is closed means switch is on. So you have to find out the current when the key is opened. Open key means this switch is off, means current will not flow in open circuit. So when key is open, this branch, current will not flow in this branch. This is the direction of the current. Look at the diagram. This is positive terminal. Current will reach here. At this point, current has 2 paths. Since this key is opened, no current will flow in this circuit. Current will flow through this branch only. When key is opened, this is how the current flows. That means this branch you can ignore. So what will be the total resistance? These two are in series. So 2 plus 2, 4 ohm is the total resistance. And V is 4 volt. So I is equal to V by R, 4 by 4, that is 1 ampere. Current flowing in the circuit will be 1 ampere in this case, if key is open. Now, when key is closed, what will be the total resistance? When key is closed means this circuit will be working, means current will split in 2 parts at this point. That means this branch will be working. So total resistance will change now. because these two branches are in parallel way. Total resistance of this branch is 4 ohm and here 4 ohm. They are parallel. So total resistance 1 by R is equal to 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. That is 2 by 4. That is 1 by 2. Therefore R is equal to 2 ohm. Total resistance of this section you got as 2 ohm. Then V is 4 volt. So I is equal to V by R. That is 4 by 2. That is 2. So current is 2 ampere. If this circuit is or this key is closed, current flowing in the circuit will be 2 ampere. Here the main current we are calculating. If it is opened, current will be 1 ampere. Now page number 178, question number 11. This is the diagram given. 3 ammeters A, B and C are connected with a cell. If the reading of ammeter B is 0.5 ampere, calculate the reading of ammeters A and C. You know, ammeter measures the current value. I value is measured by ammeter. It is given that this ammeter B records a current of 0.5 ampere. Means the current flowing in this branch is 0.5 ampere. Ammeter B records reading of 0.5 ampere, means this branch current is 0.5 ampere. Now how will you find out the ammeter reading of C as well as A? You know, resistance of this branch is 6 ohm, current is 0.5 ampere. So can you find out what is the potential difference across these 2 points? R is here, I is here. So V across these 2 points is I into R. I is 0.5, R is 6. So 3 volt. Potential difference between these 2 points you can find out by multiplying I with R. You got it as 3 volt. Now look at this resistor 3 ohm. Its N terminals are same only. We have calculated that between these 2 points there is a potential difference of 3 volt. Same 3 volt will be available for this resistance also because they are in parallel way. They have common terminals. So V value for this resistor also is 3 volt. So for this branch you know R value and V value is same. So how will you find out the current flowing in this branch? I is equal to V by R. V for this branch is 3 volt, R is 3, so 1 ampere. Current flowing in this branch is 1 ampere. In this branch 0.5. And you know this ammeter A measures the main current I. Main current I is the sum of branch currents I1 and I2. This branch current is 1 ampere, this branch 1.5 ampere. So add it, 1.5 is the main current. Sum of these 2 branch currents is the main current. I1 plus I2 is I, main current. So this ammeter reading is 1.5 ampere. Now next question, find out EMF of the cell. This EMF we have to find out. Since internal resistance of the cell is not mentioned, that means terminal voltage and EMF are same. E and V are same. So we have to find out what is V, the total terminal voltage of the circuit. V formula is I into R. Here I means main current, that is 1.5. R means total resistance. EMF of the cell or terminal voltage of the cell. they are equal since internal resistance is considered as 0. It is not mentioned in the numerical that cell is having internal resistance. So it is taken as 0. That is why E and capital letter V are same. So this V or E, that is equal to I into R. I means main current, R means total resistance. How will you find out total resistance of the circuit? These two resistances are in parallel. So use the formula 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by 6 plus 1 by 3. That is 3 by 2. So Rp is equal to 2 by 3, that is 1.5 ohm. Resistance of this parallel section is 1.5 ohm. Then one more resistor is here in series with this parallel section, so add it. So total resistance of the circuit is 1.5, that is the resistance of this section, plus 2, that is 3.5 ohm. That is the total resistance. That value you have to use here, 3.5. When you multiply, you will get the answer in volt unit. This is the EMF of the cell. Next numerical from page number 179. First question. Here there is one correction. The sentence is, how two resistors of 30 ohm each can be connected to get an equivalent resistance of 15 ohm and 60 ohm. It is printed here 3 resistors, but you have to correct it 2. So meaning of the question is, there are 2 resistors, they are of 30 ohm each. You have to join them in such a way that total resistance becomes 15 ohm, and another way you have to join so that equivalent resistance comes as 60 ohm. How will you join them? You know, if you join them in series, it will be 30 plus 30, 60 ohm. So second part answer is, you have to join them in series, then you will get total resistance as 60 ohm. How will you get the effective resistance as 15 ohm? Is understood? You have to join them in parallel way. You may make the diagram and try 2 resistances 30 ohm each joined in parallel, and calculate the total resistance by using the formula 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. You will get the total resistance as 15 ohm. Now next question number 2 and 3 already we discussed in the previous video. Look at fourth question. A wire of resistance 30 ohm is cut into 2 equal parts. Then both parts are connected in parallel. Find the effective resistance. A wire of 30 ohm is cut into 2 parts. So each part will have resistance of 15 ohm each. Half of 30, 15 each. And join them in parallel way. That means resistance will come, one branch will have 15 ohm, next branch also 15. They are parallel, so use the formula 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by 15 plus 1 by 15. You will get it as 2 by 15, 1 by Rp. Then Rp will be 15 by 2, that is 7.5 ohm. Question number, next question number after 4, fifth question. A wire of resistance 4 ohm is stretched 4 times, then cut into 2 pieces. 4 ohm wire is stretched to 4 times. 4 times means how the resistance will vary. It was discussed in one of the previous videos. If a wire is stretched so that length becomes double, resistance increases 4 times, square times. If the wire is stretched 3 times, resistance increases 9 times. Here wire is stretched 4 times means resistance of the wire after stretching will be 16 times initial resistance. So 16 into 4, that will be the resistance. 4 ohm is the resistance of the wire initially. You are stretching it 4 times. That means its resistance increases 16 times. Its reason was explained in one of the previous videos. Then cut into two pieces. So what will be the resistance? 74. 64 ohm. Then that stretched wire is cut into two pieces, means one part will have resistance of 32 ohm. Here answer printed is wrong. It will come as 32 ohm. Now question number 6. Two resistances are connected in parallel and have resistance of 20 ohm, effective resistance of 20 ohm. If the ratio is 1:4, find the value of each resistor. Question number 6. Two resistors are joined in parallel. Its effective resistance is given as 20 ohm. Rp is 20 ohm. And ratio of these resistors are 1:4. That means if the first resistor is 1x, other one is 1:4, 4x. That is the ratio of these two resistors. Then you are asked to find out value of these two resistors. Use the formula 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Rp is given 1 by 20 is equal to 1 by 1x plus 1 by 4x. Solve this equation, get the value of x, then you find out what is the resistance of these two resistors. This is 1x, this is 4x. These are the resistors. Now, next question. Question number 7. A battery of EMF 1.15 volt and internal resistance 3 ohm is connected to two resistors 3 ohm and 6 ohm in series. Find the current drawn from the battery. Let me make the diagram first. This is the diagram for question. A battery of EMF 15 volt having internal resistance 3 ohm is connected across two resistors 3 ohm and 6 ohm in series. And you are asked to find out what is the current drawn from the battery. Means I value you have to find out. Then here in this case you can't take E and capital letter V as equal because the cell has some internal resistance. So terminal voltage and EMF of the cell are different in this case. How will you find out I value, current flowing in this circuit? Use the formula E is equal to I into R plus R. E is given 15, I unknown, capital letter R means total external resistance. In this formula, R is total external resistance. Here there are two external resistances in series. So the total external resistance is 3 plus 6, 9 ohm plus internal resistance is 3. That is 15 is equal to I into 9 plus 3, 12. So I is equal to 15 by 12. That is 5 by 4. That means 1.25 ampere. That is the current. Current drawn from the battery is 1.25 ampere. What is the terminal potential difference of the battery? Means V. V you have to find out. V is equal to I into R. I is already found out, 1.25. This R means total external resistance, that is 9 ohm. So 1.25 into 9, this much volt is the terminal potential difference of the battery. For this part, answer printed in your book is wrong.